Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Manifest Tarot. In today's reading, we are going to look at your week ahead. And to do that, we're going to pull 3 cards from this oracle deck. And I'm thinking, isn't that funny? I was going to say, I'm thinking that I want to pull the Spirit card just to show everybody before I start the reading, and it's Thinker, number 44. I am feeling like some of you, or maybe most of you, or even all of you, might need this message right now. Something that you are experiencing, you need to think about, consider. I don't know if you can see this little face in here, very cute. I think I'm going to keep this aside, and we'll keep this with each reading. And I just wanted to let you know that it's cloudy and sunny by turns today, so the lighting might fluctuate. So let's wake up the deck, and we are looking for 3 cards for today for 3 separate piles. There's number 1. There's number 2. And there's number 3. Let's see what number 1 is. Round and Round, 25. Card number 25. Pile number 2, what do you have? Imagine. Lots of contemplative cards right now in this pull so far. This is card number 20. A Change in the Wind with card number 12. Such interesting cards. I love this motion depicted in this card. Even though the zebra is static, everything else is in motion. In the house, the house is static, yet everything's so filled with motion from the wind. So I'm going to be back in 1 second with some crystals for those of you who like to pick with crystals. All right, we're back, and I have 3 crystals set out for you. Pile number 1, your crystal is this raw amethyst. Pile number 2, your crystal is a clear crystal heart. And pile number 3, yours is a unakite heart. So take as much time as you need to pick your crystal, to pick your pile. You can either pick it by the image, by the phrase, the crystal, the number on the card, the number of the pile, any combination. And of course you can pick more than one if you're called to more than one. And I will leave the timestamps below, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. This is your reading for the week ahead. You chose this card number 25, Round and Round. What a beautiful image. And you also picked this raw amethyst. And I also took the bottom card from the deck, and it's this card number 44, Thinker. Let's see. See if I can smush this up a little bit and we'll see. I feel like they want to be together. There we go. And I have this Oracle deck. I'm going to pull just one card, since we already have two. This one, I think. The Bear and Cedar with Leadership. This is card number 4. So I have 3 decks set out, and I have never done this before, where each card, I usually pull each card for each day of the week from the same deck. So we're going to try this with 3 tarot decks. I've got this one. This is a Halloween deck, but I like to use it all year. And if you're a cat lover, you're gonna love it, because each card has a cat on it, at least one. So I think this one, 1, 2, 3. And let's wake this one up. Whoop. This one wanted to come right out. 4, 5, 6, and we'll wake this one up, and we'll pull 2 cards from this one. 7, and 8. You might be wondering why I'm pulling 8 cards for the week ahead, and the 8th card is for the overall week. And oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Oh wow. I am going to pull the spirit card from each deck, and this one is the Sun. What a favorable card. This is for more long-term energy, these spirit cards. This is Helios, the god Helios. This is a Greek gods deck, Greek mythology deck. And then let's get this one back. This is the 8 of Swords. Wow, what a contrast between the Sun and the 8 of Swords. And then let's look at this one. The Empress. Wow. The 8 of Swords flanked by the energy of the Sun and the Empress. Look at that. What is Bride of Frankenstein but an Empress, huh? Let's see what we have. So the way this works is I've pulled one card for each day. It runs Sunday through Saturday. And again, this is the top one. The top one, the last one, is going to be the overall week energy. And again, the oracle cards and the spirit cards, which are the ones I pull from the bottom of the deck, those are for more long-term energy after the week. So this is Sunday's card, the Moon. This one has a dog and a cat. They all have at least one black cat because it's a Halloween deck. So Sunday. Monday is the Hanged Man. Very happy, jolly looking Hanged Man. Monday. Tuesday is the King of Cups. Look at his fish necklace pendant. Oh, and then there's a little cat on his hat. Oh no, it's a bat. It's a bat. It's a bat on his crown. I tried to say cat on his hat, but it's a bat on his crown. I guess I was thinking that I was in a children's book. So that's Tuesday. So Wednesday, wow, lots of kings here. You have, for Wednesday, you have the King of Wands. For Thursday, this is Judgment. Lots of strong cards for you this week, pile number 1. Many strong things going on. Lots of major arcana, lots of court cards. Yeah, actually the only non-court card or major arcana you have so far is the 8 of Swords, which is so interesting because the 8 of Swords is kind of stagnant energy. And then you have all these powerful court cards and major arcana. Very interesting so far. So I forgot where it's. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this is Friday. The 6 of Wands. Another favorable card here. And then let's look at Saturday, the Page of Cups. Look at how gorgeous this artwork is. Oh, I'm gonna have to adjust this so you can see all these. And then this is the card for the overall week. The Tower card with Poseidon. Didn't I tell you there's a lot of strong energy? Wow, your overall week energy is the Tower with Poseidon. Talk about power. All right, so I am going to be back in a second. I'm going to rearrange these somehow so we can see all of the cards. So pile number 1, we're back, kind of smushed in here, and I am going to have you, if it's safe for you to do so, close your eyes. I'm really so glad that I looked at the bottom of the deck, because this Thinker card is such a major message, a major portion of your message for this week. So if it's safe for you to do so, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then cast your mind to what is occupying your mind and yourself the most right now. It could be positive or negative. And whatever that is, I'm seeing some major movement this week, because it's so, you've got only one suit card in the entire week, pile number 1, and the only other non-major arcana or court card is this 1 8 of Swords. That's stuck energy, and it's between the Sun. It's flanked by the Sun and the Empress, 2 strong court cards. And you also have this leadership and it's just so much is going on. But suffice it to say also, of course, this Tower card is your overall energy for the week. Poseidon is the king of the seas. There's another god, Greek god, that is the personification of the sea, but Poseidon is the ruler of the sea. Sorry, pile number 1, I had to adjust the audio. So Poseidon is the ruler of the sea, and he is so powerful. I mean, just think about the sea, right? Just think about all the seas on the earth and how much power that has. And you can think of the tower in this case as a giant tsunami coming, or do tsunamis come in anything other than giant, may I ask? But anyway, you can think of this as a giant tsunami coming for you, good or bad. But don't be too distraught, because these cards are so favorable. It's amazing, this spread. So let's take it day by day. Let's look at Sunday. I'm wondering, actually, pile number 1, I'm wondering if this has something to do with your work or some sort of thing that you do so regularly, because the Sunday card is about a lot of anxiety. And then on Monday, feeling stagnant. Of all weeks, you have a stagnant Monday, right? Like with this week of so much energy, you have that on. But let's look at Sunday first. This particular moon card is showing it's almost as if it is the reverse. It's this moon card is showing the reversed moon meaning in its upright position. So the regular upright position of the moon can be seen as intuition and looking within, right? But this card is showing the despair, the fear, the anxiety. Everyone's anxious. Everyone. The wolf, the werewolf is anxious. The skull is anxious. The dog is anxious. The little jack-o'-lantern's anxious. The cat just looks angry. And then we have this lobster arrow. I don't know. That's not a real lobster. That's a little drawing, little arrow pointing. But anyway, everybody's super anxious in this card. And that's really, instead of looking into yourself and seeing and using your imagination in a positive way, this particular moon card is showing a lot of anxiety and using it in a negative way to worry about things that haven't come to pass. So that is your Sunday card, which I find so interesting, because Monday, and this is why I'm wondering if this is about work, or at least something you do on a regular schedule that happens to start on Monday, because it looks like Sunday is some worry, and then Monday is the Hanged Man. Feeling stuck, feeling like you have to continue to, like, feeling as if you're gonna just be there forever, that nothing is going to change. But at least the mood of the Hanged Man is a little bit happier than this particular moon card. You know what it looks like? It looks like there's a fire. This looks kind of like that, you know, the dog in hell meme where he's sitting at the table drinking coffee, saying this is fine while everything's burning. It actually looks like this is what's happening. There's fire, and yet everybody's just hanging around, not doing anything about it. So this might be, you know, this might not be you. This might not be signifying you, pile number 1. This might be how you're frustrated. You're so frustrated. I feel this real frustration from you, this anxiety. And you might be seeing on Monday someone else that you think is just sitting there, not doing anything about this problem in the 3D that's really causing you lots of stress. That's your Monday. There's something going on here. That's why I'm saying there's something really important to you, pile number one, that's and yes, and I was thinking work as well because of this leadership. There might be something in your work or some other thing with other people. I'm getting a feeling of other people for some of you, that this just somebody is doing something that you just is causing you so much stress and anxiety. What a difference this Tuesday card is. The King of Cups. And I feel like, actually, before I read this, I'm going to go into the overall. There's something going on in this week where there's Sunday and Monday, and then there's an event, and then there's this happening. Because there's such a stark difference between the Sunday and Monday cards and then this rest of this huge shift in your week, pile number one. And I'm wondering if this Tower movement is not happening to you. The more I'm looking at this, the more I'm thinking maybe this Tower moment is happening to someone else, because this could be, I'm going to put this back. We're channeling the Tower moment here as we go on with this. But this might be someone in your life, someone that you feel like has been hanging around, drinking coffee, even though everything's burning down, is going to show up completely differently on Tuesday as they did on Monday. For a lot of you, this person is having a Tower moment. Is it your work colleague, your boss? Is it your specific person? Is it your family member? Something's happening between Monday and Tuesday. Pile number one, that is going to be relieving you of a lot of anxiety. Because look, all right, hold on. I do feel like this moon is you, and this Page of Cups is also you. Do you see the difference here in the entire mood of these two cards? Because, okay, so the King of Cups is full of compassion and love, and the King of Cups is the ultimate personification of emotional fulfillment and also the ability to fill other people's cups. The King of Cups, the Ghost's cups in this deck, the King of Cups is able and willing to fill the cups of others because he is so emotionally stable and warm and loving. And then we come to this King of Wands. And this King of Wands is the manifester, the master manifester who's able to manifest things. You see, if you saw this king figure, she just looks like she's hanging out, right? But then we see that she has a dragon hidden under her skirts. And this dragon is making this. Was this figure just as big as she was before, a moment ago, and now she's brought him down to size with this dragon? Whatever is going on, this King of Wands figure is extremely powerful. For some of you, it's you, pile number 1. For some of you, it still might be this person that's the Hanged Man and the King of Ghosts. Cups. There's some major shift, pile number 1. It's either in you or in someone extremely important to you. Very interesting. Then we have this Judgment card. And it's a very interesting card. Do you see the rabbit? And the door has, the rabbit has the key, and this door has this giant keyhole. So things are, has she been waiting for this key for a long time to be unlocked, and this rabbit now is going to unlock this door right now? Something is happening on Thursday for you, pile number 1, that's unlocking a big future way of life. It's not going to be something small. Obviously, look at these cards. It's something big. It's the start of some new thing for you, because of course with the Tower, if we're thinking of the Tower this week as something, as a tsunami, it's something that washes everything away, and you start with a clean slate. Everything is as if I just pushed everything away, and then we started with a clean slate. That's what the energy is for the overall week. And everyone is noticing this because your Friday card is the 6 of Wands, and that is public recognition. It is public celebration of what, pile number 1? Is it you? Is it someone else? I feel like it's you. I feel like we're coming back to you. Oops. This Empress wants to be noticed. We'll get to the Empress in a moment. I feel like this definitely is you. This, the Moon, the Judgment, the 6 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. I feel like those are you. This Hanged Man, King of Cups, and King of Wands could be you. Could be your energy. It could be someone else very important to you in some way. So you are going to be recognized on Friday for things that you have been doing, things that you have worked really hard to achieve. There's something being unlocked within you. And it doesn't have to be necessarily within you. It's within your life. It could be externally, or it could be internally, where so much so that everybody's going to notice, and you're going to have some public recognition. Something great is happening to you this week. Page of Cups is, look at all of this potential. It's just a new springtime for you. Pile number 1, in something really important to you. That's why I asked you to close your eyes and think of what thing that this might be for you. Is it work? Is it a relationship? Is it a work relationship? What is this that's been concerning you? Something, is it a colleague that has been causing problems? And it's something that you have been feeling so stagnant in. Pile number 1, round and round. You've been feeling that you've been going round and round, round and round, and you've been feeling like there hasn't been any leadership, that you've been having to go alone, trying to keep everything afloat by yourself. And so either you or somebody in your 3D, they're going to have this tower moment. And then we come to these three more long-term energy cards. I just realized you might not be able to see all of the cards. And again, this strong feeling of being stuck, kind of like being worried, concerned, and feeling like you're stuck, or you're seeing someone else just being stagnant when they shouldn't be stagnant. That's echoed in this Eight of Swords, where it's the figure feels like they are unable to move. They're unable to get free, but they always have been able to. They've always had the power to walk away, to accomplish what they're afraid of, but they're too afraid to try. That's what this Eight of Swords is symbolizing. But then it's so important and significant that it is flanked by these two cards. Because the Empress is saying, I'm using my mind and my manifestation power to change, to affect what I want. And the Sun is just complete success and warmth and all good things coming to you. The god Helios was the charioteer who actually drove the chariot of the sun across the sky, according to Greek mythology. So, pile number one, this reading is telling us that you have a groundbreaking week ahead of you in a major way, something that has been affecting you. And the fact that you have these two strong cards with still an inaction card in the middle and the more long-term energy, you are probably going to be seeing the effects of this continue to increase as the weeks go by. So, yes, pile number one, this is your reading for the week. It's a very powerful reading. It's a very hopeful reading that, at least there's something that's been just waiting, and the floodgates are gonna open. Poseidon is clearing out this obstruction for you. That's what we see for this week. So pile number one, I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I know you've enjoyed this reading, and I would love it if you subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up, and that will help you to see future readings. I do your week ahead readings every week and also other themed readings, and I would love to see you again. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful Imagine card, card number 20. And do you see this figure holding on with a string to the moon? The moon is a balloon. The moon is a very elaborate balloon, and there's a face. Look in this little area here, there's a face that's completing the full moon. Gosh, there's so many little details in this card. And the string goes all the way down. And the clouds are like curtains pulling aside. Very interesting card. I can just stare at this card all day. And you also chose this clear crystal heart. And we have this card number 44 that came off the bottom of the deck, Thinker. So there you can see this. You can see them. And I'm going to take one card from this oracle deck for us. What do we have here? The Goat and Willow with Overcoming Obstacles. This is card 11. What a nice favorable card, right? Overcoming obstacles right away. All right, we have 3 tarot decks, and I'm going to pull some cards from each one. I usually only pull from one deck, but I wanted to do that today. So we're asking for some cards for pile number 2 for the week ahead. This is a Halloween deck, but I love using it all year. 4. And then we're going to keep this out because I'm going to pull the bottom card of this as a spirit card. So we have this one, and we're asking for some cards for pile number 2 for the week ahead. So if we have 5, 6, and we're going to pull 2 from this one. We have 1 card for each day, and we have an overall card for the week. And how this works is I do 1 card for each day and 1 card for the overall week, and then the oracle cards and the spirit cards are for more long-term energy. So let's see what we have here for your Sunday. The 8 of Pentacles. Pumpkins is pentacles. Look how happy everybody is. That's the first thing. And he's so jolly, his little outfit. That's Sunday. Monday is the Knight of Cups. Wow. Pile number 2, there might be some romance coming for you on Monday. Some romantic gesture. So Tuesday, wow, we have the 9 of Cups, a wish fulfillment card. Wow, pile number 2, you have some good times coming for you in the Sunday through Tuesday. Let's see what comes up on Wednesday. Wow, pile number 2, you have 2 wish fulfillment cards. This is the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. So that's Wednesday. Let's see what Thursday is bringing us. The Page of Cups. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. What is going on? You're going to have some like romance or something going on here. Pile number 2. So that's Thursday. So let's look at Friday's the Hierophant. One of the things about that the Hierophant symbolizes is marriage. Just saying. Just saying. So this is Saturday is Temperance with Artemis. Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. She's also, there was an older goddess that was associated with the moon, Selene, but then later in Greek mythology, Artemis kind of supplanted Selene and became the goddess of the moon. So I'm going to have to come back in a minute with, I'm going to have to rearrange these. I always have to rearrange them because there's so many, but this card is for the overall week energy. The Five of Wands with Zealous. I'm going to have to look him up. I don't know what this is all about, this person, this god. And then let's reveal, before I rearrange the cards, I'll just reveal all of them. So this is the spirit card for this deck, the Eight of Swords, and this came up in pile number 1. Interesting. So let's look at this one. The Ace of Swords, new beginning. And this one is the Lover's card. Wow. I mean, usually this is, not usually. Sometimes lovers can signify choice. Pile number 2. But with all these Knights of Cups and Nine of Cups, I'm going to say this is something, a love reading. And Aphrodite is the goddess of love. So give me a minute. I'm going to rearrange this, kind of squish things in so we can see all the cards. I'll be back 1 second. All right, pile number 2. I feel like this card is so significant for you this week. Card number 11, the Goat and Willow with Overcoming Obstacles. Because I'm seeing a tale of 2 readings. I'm seeing 2 different things coming in here. I'm seeing some sort of romance, some romantic gesture, something that's coming toward you twice, 2 times, with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. And in between those 2 days, on Monday and Thursday, we have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, Nine of Pentacles. We also have the Lover's card, and we have the Hierophant, which is, happy home life, stability. As I said, it could symbolize marriage. And we have this Imagine card. I mean, if this is something that you've been wanting, this is the card that you chose, this Imagine card. And I also see something that has been bothering you. Pile number 2, but let's go through this day by day. It's just, there's some sort of strife, there's some sort of thing. Amongst these favorable cards, we also see some abundance for you. We see some movement in love and movement in abundance for you. So let's see what's happening here. So this is Sunday, the 8 of Pumpkins, which is Pentacles. There's some work. You have been working really hard. Look at how hard this little radish person has been working, carving these jack-o'-lanterns. There's a lot of jack-o'-lanterns, and he's also lit them and put them on these things. He's working late into the night, carving away. He's working, burning the candle at both ends. That's what you've been doing. So much work. What is this? Is this your job? Is this your thing that you've been working toward for so many years, it seems like? because you're working on the weekend. You're working on your supposedly time off on this thing, pile number 2. And I see you. I see how hard you've been working, pile number 2. Whatever this is, whatever this is this your home life raised, like you've been trying to, not trying to, you have, there's no trying here. You have been doing this. Have you been raising a family? Have you been learning a new skill or several new skills to do something that to make your dream job a reality? Whatever you have been doing, pile number 2, I see you and I see all the effort you have been putting in. And there is something going on, but we'll wait until Wednesday to further this. So keep this in mind. I see how much work you've been doing. And then let us see, on Monday, we have this Knight of Cups. Someone is coming toward you. There's going to be something, some movement in your relationship / love life / whatever's going on, because look at how upright and majestic this knight is with the beautiful horse, and he's got a letter. He's got some sort of important thing. What is going on? There's something that's going to happen. Some movement on Monday. This is emotions. This is coming forward with your heart. Pile number 2. And then on Wednesday, the cards are so wanting to stick together and be read together. This 9 of Cups, this is somebody who is just so happy and fulfilled. Something great is continuing on into Tuesday from this, maybe Sunday, but mostly Monday. There's going to be something, maybe some sort of date, maybe some just, what am I trying to say? Like a confession, some sort of confession or some sort of reiteration of some strong feeling that someone has for you, pile number 2. And then Wednesday we have this 9 of Pentacles, which is, she is just so standing in her glory, completely content. So you have 2 wish fulfillment cards, Tuesday and Wednesday. Look at this, pile number 2. This is the continuation. I was saying, I see you. I see how hard you've been working for a long time, pile number 2. And look at this wish fulfillment card, abundance, on Wednesday. And even Tuesday's 9 of Cups is also abundance. I mean, I'm reading it as mostly continuation of this Monday energy. But these are also linked, 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles, especially since they came out right one after the other. So I see how hard you've been working, and others see, because look at this. You've got some windfall or something coming for an offer, a windfall, a lead, something nice and, concrete that's going to happen. Some reward for how much you have been working, pile number 2. And then on Thursday, this is kind of a continuation of the Knight of Cups energy. This Page of Cups, there's more thought brought in to this. There might be some plans for the future with you and your specific person. There's been some thought on both sides, it seems. Both of you have been thinking, and there's some dreaming about the future and maybe planning about the future, some sort of something going on with both of you. Something beautiful, pile number 2. Something beautiful. This doesn't have to be necessarily new love, This is something that could be with an established relationship, obviously. Then on Friday, it's kind of funny because Friday, you know, has this reputation of being the most party, you know, weekend, the beginning of the weekend card day, but this card is a very staid and very traditional and passing down knowledge. You see passing down knowledge and as I said, conformity, conforming to what is expected, and a happy home life, marriage, those sorts of things with this card, pile number 2. But this particular Hierophant, even though it means those things, you see it's quite a whimsical one. There's a die, there's Legos, there's little, those, you know, those magnetic refrigerator letters and numbers. It looks like he's holding a candy cane. There's something whimsical about this. So maybe even in the maybe this is saying that even if you're having to kind of, after all of these highs of the week, if you're going into the weekend kind of saying, oh, it's just going to be the same old, there's going to be some surprises or some good things happening even in the day-to-day mundane world of you, pile number 2. There's still going to be some beautiful little surprises in your week and your weekend. Then we have this Saturday, Temperance with Artemis. And Saturday, this Temperance, I'm going to bring some of these cards out. I mean, your week, Sunday through Friday, is just full of these happy surprises. Then Friday's kind of getting back into the day-to-day again. But then Saturday, Temperance. Temperance is signaling to us, well, I'm going to say that afterward. Temperance is signaling to us that there is something, there's some conflict for you, not for you, that in your life there's some struggle, I should say, not necessarily conflict. It could be conflict, but it's a struggle. There's some sort of struggle. There's some sort of something that's been keeping you kind of stuck. And we have 2 major themes here. We have love, the Lovers, the Knight and the Page of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and we have the work, the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. We have 2 major themes for the week. And yes, this is more of a short-term energy. I have to say that weekly readings are short-term energy. They could go on into much further, but we are talking about short-term energy. But the longer-term energy is, there is a conflict. There is a struggle. There's something going on in your life and has been making you feel stuck. And as I said, it's either in your love life or your work that's so important to you. It doesn't have to necessarily be for money, although it does seem to be connected with your abundance, your overall abundance. And pile number 2, you are probably going to be seeing a lot of movement. Not necessarily this week, where this is more long-term energy, because you had, the only weekly card that you have pertaining to this side of things is your Saturday card, and it's kind of saying to you, show some patience. Gotta say it, just say it out, just say it, is that it's not gonna be some breakthrough. There's some beautiful things going on, but Sunday you're saying you're being reminded that you're just gonna have to let things play out, and there is hope, even though you might feel like you're stuck. And geez, I think and I imagine that things are going to stay this way for the foreseeable future. But you have this overcoming obstacles, and you have this Ace of Swords, new beginning. This poor little lollipop is not happy that there's a new beginning, but this little why do I keep trying to call it a popsicle? This little lollipop was the thing that was holding you back. You are the one eating the little lollipop and making that obstacle go away. This is the more long-term energy, pile number 2, and it is giving you some advance notice that whatever kind of situation, whatever kind of circumstance that has been keeping you feeling like you're getting kind of dragged back is releasing. Again, not necessarily right away, but you might, with all this movement happening in the week, you might be seeing something, and it might not be apparent right now. It might be something that you don't even see is going to play out in a way that's giving you major movement, but it is. And so in the future, you're going to look back on this week and say, oh my gosh, I didn't even think that X circumstance was going to help me so much, but it's going to, pile number 2. And you were called to this pile to be given this message. There's awesome, beautiful messages for your week, for your short-term energy. There's some beautiful things going on in your relationship. There's beautiful things going on with your abundance, more short-term, but there's a long-term movement that is going to start this week and that is going to play out over, weeks, months, that is going to delight you and surprise you and make everything that you have been working for and looking for and manifesting, it's all going to play out, pile number 2. So you imagine and you think about what you want, and it's going to play out into your future, pile number 2. So this is your reading for the week ahead, and I intend that you really enjoyed this reading and that you will come back and see me. So to do so, please like the video and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss future readings. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 3, hello, welcome. You chose this card number 12, a change in the wind. As well as this Unakite heart. And this card, the Thinker, was the one that came from the bottom of the deck. And so I'm going to keep that here. It's been important for both of the readings already, so let's see what it has to say for this one. So we're going to pull one more oracle card from this deck. Let's see what we have. Ooh, how cute. The badger and ginkgo with healing wounds. This is card number 32. And I have 3 decks. I usually only do 1 deck, but this time I'm going to do 3 decks, some cards from each one. Whoa. Oh, wow. So this one also wanted to come out. Let's take a couple more from this deck. This is the Halloween deck, but the Halloween deck can come out at any time of year. And we're going to put this up here because we're going to use the spirit cards from each of the 3 decks. And we're going to ask this deck, give us a couple cards for pile number 3's week ahead. This one wants to come out too. And then this deck, give us a couple cards for pile number 3. I think this one is this one. Give us a couple cards for pile number 3. One more card. And so how this works is there's a card for each day, Sunday through Saturday. There's a card for the overall energy of the week. And then these oracle cards, and then I'm going to pull the bottom card from each of these decks. Those are for more long-term energy, so we'll see a little bit more into the future here. So we're going to start with Sunday, and this is the moon, and this is the card that had flipped over. This card was also a card for Sunday in pile number 1. So if you were called at all to pile number 1, you might want to check that out. And this one was the other card that kind of popped out. This is the Strength card. This is Monday. Look at how happy these skulls and little jack-o'-lanterns are. What an interesting illustration. This is Tuesday, the Knight of Pentacles. Again, a lot of major arcana here coming up. And court cards, the Star card. Wow. Pile number 3, the same thing has happened in pile number 1. It's not that the only card that's in common so far is the Moon card, but the same thing happened in pile number 1. There's a lot of court cards and major arcana. So that's Wednesday. So Thursday is, wow, Judgment card. And again, this card also came up in pile number 1. So I'm starting to really believe that if you watched this pile as well, maybe you should really check out pile number 1. So this is Thursday. Friday, oh my gosh, pile number 3, the same card came out in pile number 1. They are so connected. So that's Friday. Saturday is the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm going to put this here. I'm going to have to rearrange things. And then, wow, the overall energy for the week is the 10 of Pentacles, which is a total wish fulfillment card, and Taiki is here with her cornucopia filled with everything that is good. So before I go to rearrange the cards, I'm going to pull the Spirit card. The Magician. Wow, what a manifesty card. The Magician is the manifester. He's really pulling this rabbit out of this hat. He's not pretending, he's really doing it. He's able to manifest things. Card number 2 is the 8 of Cups. Not card number 2. Well, I guess card number 2. Card number 2 of this 3 Spirit cards is the 8 of Cups. And then the Queen of Swords with Circe is your 3rd Spirit card. Wow. Pile number 3. You have so much going on. I really am so interested in the vast parallels between your pile and pile number 1. They had, this is so crazy, they had a different 8 they had the 8 of Swords as the second of the 3, as the middle of the 3 Spirit cards. They had these 2 cards, they had this card, and they also only had 2 suit cards. All the rest were just like your cards. All the rest were either major arcana or court cards. So what a bunch of coincidences. I'm going to be back in a second. I'm going to rearrange things so you can see all your days at once. And I'll be back once. All right, pile number 3, you are... There is some real long-term energy here for a weekly reading, I have to say. You have a lot going on in your internal landscape that is coming up here. There's a lot of movement from your past, like your past work is coming in through. We're seeing a snapshot of your past work coming through this week, and it's going out into the future. If you understand what I'm saying, we're seeing it's a thread that's going through this week, but it has cut this long thread from the past going into the future. And it's so interesting. You have a couple of double energy things going on here. You have a change in the wind, and you have this Zephyros, but Zephyr, you must be familiar with the word Zephyr. It's type of wind. This is the wind, the warm winds of the spring. And you have also this Knight of Pentacles and this Knight of Pentacles. This is called the Knight of Pumpkins, and this is called the Knight of Coins, but they're both Knights of Pentacles. And it's extremely interesting that this Knight of Pentacles is doubled up twice. Once with this change in the wind, once with this second Knight of Pentacles. So let's take this day by day, and we'll see this Monday card is the Moon. And with the pile number 1 came up the exact same card on the exact same day. It seemed as if this was really it seemed as if for pile number 1 that this was signifying the reversed meaning of the moon, which the upright meaning of the moon is intuition and inner work, and unconscious. And the reversed meaning, if this card came up reversed, it would be confusion, fear, misinterpretation, illusions and illusions and interpret, like a negative interpretation of reality is more important to this figure than reality. Their inner tortures are more real to them than what's good. See, this figure is so distraught that they can't see the beautiful flowers. They can't see the loyal, cute little Boston Terrier. They can't see the lush grass and the beautiful sunset and the castle. They only see their inner tortures. But pile number 3, there is so much insight. There is so much inner work that has been going on. You have the OG manifester here. This is your spirit card. This is your total spirit card for this reading. You are this magician, pile number 3. And I'm thinking that on Sunday, you're going to have this realization and this epiphany of how far you have come. And this used to be you, where you were mired, pile number 3, in your inner tortures. You were just, so bogged down with what was all an illusion. And now you are able to see how far you have come. This is a real inner energy week for you, pile number 3. And that you're really, this week, this seems like you're really seeing your own power as a manifester. So so that is Sunday. I just have to say before I go from Sunday is that this is all positive. You might get some old, like there might be a glimmer, there might be a point where you're thinking that you might have backslid in manifesting, like, getting triggered, getting some old negative thought patterns coming up, but you are going to be able to overcome that quickly, and also it's going to serve to remind you how far you have come. I hope I'm making sense with this, because this is just a way for you to see how much of a master manifester you have become, pile number 3. Because Monday is the strength card. This is all of the things you have been working on. Strength, compassion, and focus, inner work. Well, I mean, look at this figure. She's so brave. She's like, I don't know what she's doing. She's giving dental care to this lion. And it's interesting that the lion is more frightened than she is. This is you, and these are your fears. The fears are afraid because they know that you're stronger than they are, pile number 3. And that's why I'm saying just this whole spread is just telling us, showing us how you have done so much work, pile number 3, and I'm so proud of you. You see these infinity signs, symbols on this curtain. This means that this is telling us that this is not just some ephemeral strength This is you now, pile number 3. So this Knight of Pentacles is the one where it is mirrored on Tuesday and Sunday, and it's also mirrored with this change in the wind, remember. And also, actually, what was I thinking to not even mention this? I was thinking it when I was moving the cards. The Knight of Pentacles. Knights are, you know, fast energy, fast moving, all 4 knights. But the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. It still signifies forward movement, but it's signifying forward movement that is one after the other, step by step. Everything happening in a way that is, sorry, pile number 3. So happening step by step in a way that is focused. I mean, it's just a continuation of this. Focus, manifesting, you know, the power of manifestation, the power of focused thinking, step by step. Each step is thought over before it is taken. So all 3 of these cards are saying the same thing, plus this change in the wind. And I just wanted to point out, very interestingly, man, this Magician just keeps on wanting to be noticed. Look at how similar these 2 cards are in tone, in colors, in imagery. This is very interesting. So it seems also that your Tuesday and your Sunday are going to be connected. There's going to be something connecting these 2 days very strongly, very, very strong connection here. So your Tuesday is filled with forward movement, but it might not seem like it. It might not seem like there's lots of forward movement because, as I said, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. It's the one that's, with foresight, you are going forward step by step, pile number 3. But then we come to Wednesday. This is the Star card. This is just hope and like being rejuvenated by your hope, being being given a second wind. Talking about a change in the wind, you're being given a second wind on Wednesday. You're being re-inspired on Wednesday. Pile number 3. So maybe you might be feeling almost stuck on Tuesday. Like there's nothing going on. There's no forward movement. It's just day after day. I'm working and what am I seeing? Oh, you might, as I said, you might be seeing some little glimmers of this nervous person you used to be. Shaking and shaking this card around. But just have faith in your forward movement, pile number 3, and the fact that you're steadily going forward. Everything is working out for you. Everything's working in your favor, pile number 3, and just trusting the process. And then Wednesday, you're going to see something that is going to re-inspire you. So then we come to this Thursday card. This is the Judgment card. And Judgment is kind of an awakening, a letting go, a rising up. And again, this is something that's not some short term, like, oh, little thing. This is a culmination card. This is the penultimate card in the tarot deck. This comes just before the World card. This means that there has been some sort of momentum built over a long time that's finally coming up, pile number 3. So as I've said already, there is a long-term thing you have been working on day by day, week by week, month by month, maybe year by year, and it is slowly coming to fruition. But we see this Sunday card, which I'll get to in a minute. It's not over yet, but there's going to be movement. You just have to look behind, kind of looking behind and saying, wow, look at how far I've come. Your Friday card, something great is happening to you on Friday, let me tell you, pile number 3. You are going to have some public recognition. Maybe you're going to be asked out on a date. Maybe your work colleagues are going to ask you out. Maybe you're going to get some sort of bonus. Maybe you're going to get the boss is going to tell everybody that you're their favorite employee. I don't know. Maybe you're going to get a viral tweet or a viral video. Who knows? There's going to be some public recognition for you on Friday. This is something that is from work that has been done. Again, it's just another confirmation that there is work that you have done over a long period of time that is showing, definitely showing, you're being shown the fruits of your labor, like this 10 of Pentacles, which we'll get to in a moment. This is the more long-term energy, as I said. But to see all of the progress, you have to look into the past and say, wow, look at the person I was a year ago. Look at me now. What a difference. And so this week is going to be a great week for you to see that and to re-inspire yourself to go forward. And this star card is the crux card of the week. It's the Wednesday card. And that means that all of this is going to re-inspire you. Pile number 3. And then we get to this Sunday card, which is an echo of Tuesday. There's going to be some link here between Tuesday and did I say Sunday? I'm sorry. This is Saturday. If I said Sunday, I meant Saturday. So the Saturday and the Tuesday is linked somehow. And again, another reminder that you have more to go, but that is the human condition. We're always wanting more. We're always wanting to progress, right? We never like to stay stagnant and have nothing change. So we are going forward. We're looking forward. We are continuing to work. And while we continue to work, we are definitely progressing. We might have to look into the past to see the truth of how much we have come forward. And now we come to this more long-term energy. Pile number 3, and we have, so I've already touched on this Magician. It's the Manifestor. I'm going to put these down here. I thought I was going to talk about these first, but I want to talk about these two first. So we have the Magician, which is the Manifestor. He is the figure of, he's the embodiment of the Manifestor. He's manifesting a new 3D out of thin air. That's what you're doing. And you might think, well, you might look at someone else or something and be seeing that might be something, actually, that might be something about why you're kind of getting triggered. You might be seeing like, well, that person got X in 3 days and I've been working for the same thing for 3 months. But we don't know what their circumstances are, and there's just no, like, nobody's the same, right? So just seeing yourself clearly. So that's what this Queen of Swords energy, really means for you this week and into the future is reminding yourself to see yourself clearly and to see how far you have come clearly and to see your situation clearly and to recognize that you are your own unique, beautiful self and that you are already an immense success. Pile number 3. So anyway, what I was going to say about these 2 cards is there is the 8 of Cups is about leaving what is no longer serving you behind. And it could not be clearer after going through this reading is that any sort of comparison between you and someone else, that's no longer serving you. Any sort of doubt, and not any sort, it's not like we can never have doubts, right? We can have doubts. We are just not we're just not dwelling in them. We're not giving those doubts any credence anymore. We are not telling ourselves, we are not identifying with the person that is doubting themselves anymore. Pile number 3. And so this 8 of Cups is reminding you that you are the manifester, leaving behind the knowledge, leaving behind the belief that you are unable to do something. Because we have this card, the Badgering Ginkgo with healing wounds, and that is what this wound is and has been. This wound, this old hurt, pile number 3. This change in the wind is you. This change in the wind is you rededicating yourself to you, pile number 3. Who is the most important person in your life? It's you. Pile number 3, you are the most important person in your life. You are the Queen of Swords. You are the Magician. You are this 10 of Pentacles with Tyche. You are the one who is giving yourself this cornucopia. This is you giving you this abundance. You have so much wonderful momentum. Pile number 3. I mean, this is your overall card for the week. This 10 of Pentacles. This is the ultimate abundance wish fulfillment card. This is so much wealth and abundance you can't even imagine how you could ever spend it all. That's this kind of abundance. It's your overall for this week. So whatever is going on with you, pile number 3, it's so momentous, but it's so internal to you that you might tend to overlook it and say, oh, well, but no, the abundance is within you, pile number 3, and just look back and see how far you have come. And it doesn't matter if you're going a little slower than you think you should be. You are going for it, pile number 3. Look at all of these cards, such strong cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcana, and 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards, and only 2. Well, I'm sorry, 3 with the 10 of Pentacles. There's only 3 numbered cards, only 3 suit cards. And this is such a powerful card for you that I'm kind of off on its own. because it's like, this is you. Pile number 3, I just can't get over this, and this are you. You are the manifester. You're the master manifester who is giving yourself all of this abundance. I just can't say it enough. I'm so proud of you, pile number 3. This is such an amazing reading. You are being such an amazing manifester. You are such an amazing person, pile number 3. These cards are not lying. You are such an amazing person. This is such a wonderful reading for you, a wonderful week. And looking into your own self and seeing everything, that's what this is telling you. Look at yourself, appreciate yourself. This is your week for ultimate self-appreciation, pile number 3. And so I'm getting all excited because I'm just so like impressed by you. So pile number 3, this is what I see for your week ahead. I intend that you really enjoyed this reading, and I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye.